Have you ever stopped to truly think about the simple act of washing? It's something we've all done countless times since childhood. A routine so ingrained, it often feels like we're on autopilot. We step into the shower, lather up, rinse, and move on, barely giving it a second thought. But what if this seemingly mundane daily ritual held a hidden secret? One that could profoundly impact the health and longevity of those we cherish most, especially our beloved seniors. It might sound dramatic to suggest that overlooking just a few specific spots could quite literally be shortening their precious lives. Yet it's a quiet battle unfolding in homes everywhere. This isn't about pointing fingers or creating shame. It's about shining a light on an unseen vulnerability, a critical piece of the puzzle for a healthier future. We teach our children good hygiene from a young age, emphasizing cleanliness for good health. But as we age, or as we care for aging parents, our focus can sometimes shift. Mobility challenges, diminished senses, or even just the sheer force of habit can lead to small emissions that, over time, accumulate into significant risks. Imagine the skin, our body's largest organ, as a protective shield. When parts of that shield aren't regularly cleaned and dried, it creates an environment ripe for trouble. We're talking about more than just feeling fresh. We're talking about preventing serious health issues that can silently undermine vitality and independence, making every moment of awareness incredibly valuable. Consider for a moment the profound love and care we feel for our elderly family members, neighbors, or friends. We want them to live full, happy, and healthy lives, free from discomfort and illness. Yet sometimes, the very routines meant to protect them can inadvertently become pathways for unseen dangers. It's a subtle truth that many healthcare professionals observe, a quiet struggle against infections and complications stemming from something as basic as a neglected fold of skin. This isn't a topic often discussed openly, but its importance cannot be overstated, for understanding these risks is the first step towards offering truly holistic and compassionate care. How many times have you or a loved one rushed through a shower, perhaps feeling tired or pressed for time, without giving every nook and cranny the attention it deserves? It's a common scenario, a natural part of busy lives. However, for seniors, whose immune systems might be less robust and whose skin more delicate, these seemingly minor oversights carry a much heavier weight. These are not areas that scream for attention. They are often hidden, tucked away, and easily forgotten. But their neglect can open the door to a cascade of health problems, transforming what should be a simple act of self-care into a potential health hazard that merits our careful consideration. The urgency here isn't about fear, but about empowerment through knowledge. We're not talking about obscure medical conditions, but about common, preventable issues that can escalate quickly. Think about the discomfort of a persistent rash, the pain of a skin infection, or the far more serious implications of a systemic infection that can land someone in the hospital. These aren't just isolated incidents. They represent a significant portion of preventable health challenges faced by seniors. Understanding where these vulnerabilities lie and why they matter so much is crucial, because a little prevention can genuinely make the biggest difference in their quality of life. You see, our bodies are wonderfully complex, full of intricate folds, creases, and areas that don't always get direct exposure to air or sunlight. These spots, often warm and sometimes moist, become ideal breeding grounds for bacteria and fungi if not properly cleaned and dried. For a younger, healthier individual, the body's defenses might easily ward off such invaders. But for an older adult whose skin may be thinner, whose circulation might be compromised, or who might have underlying health conditions, these same areas become weak points. Recognizing these hidden zones is the key to transforming a basic routine into a powerful protective measure. This conversation isn't about shame or judgment. It's born from a place of deep concern and a desire to provide the best possible care for our elders. We often focus on medication management, healthy diets, and exercise, all vital components of senior well-being. But sometimes the most fundamental aspects of daily living are overlooked, precisely because they seem so basic. We're going to explore how a slight shift in our approach to daily hygiene can become a profound act of love and prevention, an investment in many more years of health and happiness. The concept that a few missed spots during daily washing could shorten precious lives might seem extreme, But consider the cumulative effect of chronic skin irritation, recurring infections, or the stress these issues place on an aging body. Each infection, each bout of inflammation, taxes the immune system and can divert vital energy away from other bodily functions. It's a quiet drain on their overall health, often manifesting as general weakness, fatigue, or a decline in cognitive function, which can be mistakenly attributed solely to aging. We have the power to interrupt this cycle and contribute significantly to their enduring vitality. Our goal here is not to alarm you, but to empower you with awareness. This is about taking back control of our well-being, or helping those we cherish do exactly the same. It's about understanding that care isn't just about grand gestures, but about the thoughtful attention to detail in everyday life. By pinpointing these critical, often overlooked areas, we can turn a simple daily task into a proactive defense against common yet serious health issues. This knowledge is a gift, offering a clear path to enhancing comfort, reducing risk, and promoting a longer, more vibrant life. So as we embark on this important discussion, prepare to look at daily hygiene through a new lens. We'll delve into those specific areas that demand a little extra care, explore why they are so crucial, and discuss practical, gentle ways to ensure they receive the attention they need. This isn't about adding complicated steps to an already busy day, but about making small, impactful adjustments that can yield enormous benefits. Let's unlock the secrets to a healthier, happier life for our seniors, ensuring their precious years are filled with comfort, dignity, and robust well-being. Now let's turn our attention to the specific areas that often become silent battlegrounds for our seniors: health. We've all heard the saying, out of sight, out of mind, and unfortunately, this rings painfully true when it comes to personal hygiene. One of the primary culprits is the area under the breasts and other large skin folds, particularly for those who are less mobile or carry a bit more weight. These spots are naturally warm, often moist, and tend to rub together, creating a perfect storm for trouble. It's a place where discomfort silently begins, slowly eroding well-being, and it demands our careful, compassionate attention. Think of these skin folds as tiny, humid microclimates, where skin constantly presses against skin. This friction, combined with trapped moisture from sweat or incomplete drying after a bath, doesn't just create a little irritation, it breaks down the skin's protective barrier. This isn't merely about an uncomfortable itch, it's about opening the door to something called intertrigo, a common but often underestimated condition. It might sound like a medical term, but it simply means inflammation caused by skin rubbing on skin, and it's far more serious than just a red patch. Once the skin barrier is compromised, these warm, moist environments become ideal breeding grounds for unwelcome guests. We're talking about fungi, like the yeast that causes thrush, and various bacteria, all eager to take hold. Studies indicate that skin fold infections are among the most common skin conditions in older adults, silently escalating from a minor irritation into a full-blown infection. Imagine a tiny cut or scrape that never gets a chance to heal because it's constantly damp and irritated. That's what's happening, day after day, in these neglected areas. The signs are often subtle at first: a persistent redness, a nagging itch, a burning sensation, or even a distinct unpleasant odor that seems to linger despite regular washing. Sometimes, you might even notice small cracks or breaks in the skin. These symptoms are easily dismissed as just general skin irritation or a sign of aging, but they are critical alarm bells. It's like leaving damp laundry in a pile for too long. Eventually, a musty smell develops, and mold can begin to grow. Your loved one deserves to feel truly clean and comfortable, not to live with this constant, hidden irritation. This persistent discomfort isn't just a minor annoyance. It can profoundly impact a senior's quality of life. The pain and itching can make it difficult to move freely, to dress comfortably, or even to get a good night's sleep. Imagine the constant distraction and agony that can lead to reduced physical activity, social withdrawal, and a general decline in their vibrant spirit. We want our elders to enjoy every moment, unburdened by preventable pain, and understanding these risks is the first step towards restoring their comfort and independence. Moving on, let's consider another highly vulnerable area: the groin. Similar to the skin folds, This region is a perfect storm of warmth, moisture, and friction, often exacerbated by tight clothing or prolonged sitting. It's an area that, for reasons of privacy and modesty, might be rushed during hygiene routines, or simply not thoroughly cleaned and dried. Yet, its delicate nature and constant exposure to bodily fluids make it incredibly susceptible to serious issues. Here too, fungal infections, often referred to as jock itch, and various bacterial culprits can thrive, leading to persistent redness, scaling, and intense itching. These aren't just superficial problems. Left unchecked, these infections can spread, causing widespread discomfort and potentially leading to more serious skin breakdowns. Data suggests that genital and groin area infections contribute significantly to discomfort and healthcare visits among seniors, often becoming a source of quiet distress and embarrassment. The symptoms in the groin area are similar to those in other skin folds: a persistent, often unbearable itch, redness, and sometimes a raw, weeping appearance. The discomfort can be profound, impacting dignity and making simple acts like walking or sitting agonizing. Imagine having a constant, irritating rash in such a sensitive area, making every movement a conscious effort to avoid pain. It's a silent struggle that can severely diminish a senior's sense of well-being and confidence. Now let's turn our attention to the armpits. While we often focus on keeping them fresh with deodorant, the act of truly cleaning and drying them thoroughly can sometimes be overlooked. The armpits are naturally warm, often moist from sweat, and contain hair follicles and sweat glands that can become breeding grounds for bacteria. They are often folded closed, limiting air circulation, creating an environment ripe for unseen problems that go beyond just body odor. Beyond persistent odor, neglected armpits can develop a host of issues, including fungal rashes, bacterial infections like folliculitis, inflamed hair follicles, and general skin irritation. When pores become blocked and bacteria are trapped, these conditions can cause significant discomfort, itching, and even small, painful bumps. It's a situation that can leave anyone feeling less than clean and fresh, impacting their confidence and desire to be close to others. Ensuring this area receives proper attention is a simple, yet powerful, act of care. Next on our list are the spaces between the toes, an area so easily forgotten yet so critical for foot health. Tucked away, often enclosed in shoes and socks for most of the day, these small crevices become a haven for moisture. They are dark, warm, and seldom get the air circulation they desperately need to stay dry. Imagine a damp forest floor, perpetually shaded and moist. It's a perfect environment for things to grow that you wouldn't want on your skin. This dampness between the toes is an open invitation for fungal infections, most commonly known as athlete's foot. This isn't just a minor cosmetic issue. It can lead to peeling, itching, redness, and painful cracks in the skin. These tiny breaks then become entry points for bacteria, potentially escalating to a more serious bacterial infection like cellulitis, which can be particularly dangerous for seniors. Foot infections, often starting between the toes, are a leading cause of hospital visits for severe cellulitis in older adults. The pain from these foot infections can severely impact a senior's mobility, making walking uncomfortable or even impossible. Imagine the simple joy of a stroll, or the ability to stand comfortably, being taken away by persistent pain in your feet. This can lead to reduced activity, increased risk of falls, and a general decline in independence. It's a silent barrier to a full life, making thorough foot hygiene a cornerstone of comprehensive senior care. Another often missed spot, hiding in plain sight, is the area behind the ears. This zone is frequently overlooked during washing, especially if hair is long or glasses are worn. It's a warm, somewhat protected area where skin oils, sweat, and sometimes even a bit of earwax can accumulate, creating a perfect environment for irritation and bacterial growth. The skin here is delicate, and its neglect can lead to persistent problems that are easily preventable. Behind the ears, seniors can develop conditions like seborrheic dermatitis, which manifests as redness, flakiness, and itching, similar to severe dandruff. Bacterial buildup can also occur, leading to a distinct odor and further irritation. Imagine a persistent itch and flaking in a spot that's hard to see and reach, causing constant, subconscious scratching. It's a discomfort that can slowly chip away at daily peace, highlighting the need for gentle, consistent cleaning. Let's not forget the navel or belly button. This small, often deep indentation is a prime spot for collecting lint, dead skin cells, sweat, and oils. It's a tiny, forgotten cave, dark and moist, making it an ideal breeding ground for bacteria and fungi. Because it's often hidden and seems insignificant, it can easily be overlooked during daily hygiene routines, silently accumulating unseen hazards that can lead to significant discomfort. Neglected navels can develop infections known as omphalitis, characterized by redness, swelling, discharge, and a foul odor. The pain can be quite surprising for such a small area, and the infection can be persistent. Imagine the unpleasantness of a constantly irritated, smelly belly button. A problem that is entirely preventable with just a moment of focused attention. It's a small area with the potential for big problems, underscoring the importance of comprehensive care. Consider, too, the skin hidden beneath jewelry like rings, watches, or bracelets. These cherished items, while beautiful, can inadvertently trap moisture, soap residue, dead skin cells, and bacteria against the skin. The constant contact and lack of air circulation create a perpetually damp and sometimes abrasive environment. It's a subtle trap, turning something meant to be adored into a source of potential skin issues that can cause significant discomfort. Underneath jewelry, seniors can develop contact dermatitis from trap irritants, or more seriously, bacterial and fungal infections. The symptoms can range from redness and itching to blistering, weeping skin, or even a persistent rash that just won't clear up. Have you ever taken off a ring after a shower and noticed dampness or residue underneath? For seniors whose skin may be more fragile, this seemingly small oversight can lead to a surprisingly painful and persistent problem. Returning to skin folds, for individuals who are obese, these risks are significantly amplified. The folds are often deeper, more numerous, and more challenging to access and clean thoroughly, whether by the individual or a caregiver. This increased surface area for moisture, friction, and lack of air circulation creates an even more severe environment for persistent inflammation and infection. The sheer physical challenge of managing these areas can be overwhelming, leading to a vicious cycle of neglect and worsening conditions. In these deeper folds, chronic inflammation and skin breakdown are not just more prevalent, they are often more severe and resistant to treatment. The constant pressure and moisture can lead to skin erosions and even pressure sores, making these areas incredibly painful and prone to serious infections. Obese seniors face a significantly higher risk of severe intertrigo and secondary infections requiring medical intervention, further complicating their health journey and diminishing their quality of life. This pain and discomfort in deep skin folds can, tragically, lead to a cycle of avoidance. The senior may dread or actively resist cleaning these areas due to the pain it causes, inadvertently worsening the problem. Imagine the helplessness of knowing an area needs attention, but the act of touching it brings agony. It highlights the critical need for compassionate, gentle assistance, and techniques that prioritize comfort, breaking this painful cycle. Let's now address areas around incontinence products, such as adult diapers or pads. This is perhaps one of the most challenging environments for skin health. Here, the skin is subjected to a triple threat: constant moisture from urine and feces, friction from the product itself, and the occlusive, air-blocking nature of the material. This creates a perpetually damp, warm, and irritating environment where skin breakdown can occur with alarming speed. This relentless exposure leads to incontinence-associated dermatitis, IAD, which presents as redness, swelling, and often painful skin erosion. The compromised skin barrier then becomes an open door for secondary fungal infections, particularly yeast and bacterial infections. IAD affects a staggering percentage of seniors using incontinence products, often leading to painful infections that are difficult to heal and cause immense suffering, making meticulous care absolutely vital. The pain from IAD can be excruciating, severely impacting a senior's comfort, sleep, and overall demeanor. More critically, these areas of skin breakdown are direct entry points for bacteria, potentially leading to serious systemic infections like urosepsis or cellulitis, which can land someone in the hospital or even be life-threatening. This isn't just a rash, it's a profound vulnerability that demands our utmost attention and preventative efforts. Finally, consider the back of the neck, especially for those with longer or thicker hair. This area is often difficult to reach and can be easily overlooked during washing. It's a spot where sweat, hair products, and skin oils can accumulate, and friction from collars or clothing can exacerbate irritation. Similar to other neglected zones, this environment can silently contribute to skin issues that cause discomfort and can be a sign of inadequate hygiene. The back of the neck can develop rashes, folliculitis, inflamed hair follicles, or general irritation from trapped sweat and oils. Imagine the constant, subtle itching or the discomfort of small bumps that never seem to clear up. It's a common area for persistent, low-grade irritation that, while perhaps not as immediately life-threatening as a severe groin infection, contributes to a general sense of unease and can be a precursor to more significant problems if left unaddressed. The cumulative toll of these seemingly small, localized issues goes far beyond just skin discomfort. Chronic inflammation and recurring infections in any of these areas drain the body's precious resources, diverting energy from healing and vital organ function. This constant battle can manifest as general fatigue, a weakened immune response, and slower healing throughout the body, accelerating a decline in overall health and vitality. It's not just about a rash. It's about the very essence of their well-being. Ultimately, a seemingly minor skin infection in one of these neglected spots can become a dangerous gateway for bacteria to enter the bloodstream, leading to sepsis. Sepsis is a life-threatening condition where the body's response to an infection damages its own tissues and organs. Studies have shown that sepsis originating from skin infections is a serious concern in older adults, with high mortality rates. This is the profound, often unseen connection between a missed spot and the potential shortening of precious lives. But here's the empowering truth. Almost all of these serious risks are largely preventable. The solutions aren't complex or expensive. They are rooted in awareness, gentle diligence, and consistent care. We have the power to transform a routine act into a powerful shield against these silent threats. By simply understanding where these vulnerabilities lie, we can make small, impactful adjustments that promise not just comfort, but many more years of healthier, happier moments for those we love. You can begin making a difference right now, starting with the very act of washing. The key is gentleness and thoroughness. Instead of vigorous scrubbing, which can irritate delicate skin, use a soft washcloth and a mild pH-balanced cleanser. Pay special attention to all the areas we've discussed: under the breasts, in the groin, armpits, between toes, behind ears, and the navel. Lather gently, ensuring the cleanser reaches into every fold and crevice, lifting away sweat, oils, and dead skin. This isn't about adding minutes to the routine, but about making each second count, transforming a hurried wash into a deliberate act of protection that sets the stage for healthier skin. Perhaps even more crucial than washing is the thorough drying of these vulnerable spots. Moisture is the enemy, creating the perfect environment for bacteria and fungi to flourish. After washing, instead of rubbing, which can cause friction and irritation, gently pat each area completely dry with a clean, soft towel. For deeper folds, you might even consider using a second, completely dry towel, or allowing a few moments for air drying before dressing. Ensuring these areas are bone dry breaks the cycle of dampness and significantly reduces the risk of skin breakdown and infection, safeguarding your loved one's comfort and health from the ground up. Integrate a gentle, loving skin check into the daily routine. This isn't about being intrusive, but about proactive observation. While assisting with dressing or during a post-shower check, take a moment to visually inspect these critical areas. Look for any signs of redness, unusual odors, flaking, small cracks, or discharge. These are your early warning signals, often indicating that a problem is beginning to brew. Catching these issues early means you can intervene quickly and effectively, preventing them from escalating into painful and debilitating infections that could seriously compromise their well-being. The clothes we wear play a significant role in skin health, especially for seniors. Encourage breathable fabrics, like cotton, which allow air circulation and wick away moisture. Avoid overly tight clothing, particularly around the groin and other areas prone to skin folds, as this increases friction and traps heat and dampness. For feet, ensure socks are clean, dry, and made of moisture-wicking materials. Change them daily or more often if they become damp. These simple choices in attire can drastically reduce the environmental conditions that foster skin irritation and infection, promoting comfort and protecting delicate skin throughout the day. When it comes to jewelry, a small adjustment can make a big difference. Encourage your loved one to remove rings, watches, and bracelets during washing, allowing for thorough cleaning and drying of the skin underneath. Better yet, suggest taking them off for a few hours each day, or at night, to give the skin a chance to breathe and dry completely. This simple act prevents the accumulation of moisture and irritants that can lead to contact dermatitis or infection, ensuring that treasured heirlooms remain a source of joy, not discomfort, and that their skin remains healthy and unburdened. For those using incontinence products, meticulous care is paramount. The most critical step is prompt changing of soiled products. Do not let urine or feces sit against the skin for extended periods. Each change should be followed by gentle cleansing with a mild, pH-balanced wash, thorough drying, again, patting, not rubbing, and the application of a protective barrier cream. This creates a vital shield against moisture and irritants, preventing the painful skin breakdown that often leads to severe infections. This diligent, compassionate care is a cornerstone of preserving dignity and preventing immense suffering, truly making a world of difference. While these daily practices are incredibly powerful, there will be times when a persistent rash, an unexplained odor, or any sign of infection warrants professional attention. Please do not hesitate to consult a doctor, dermatologist, or wound care specialist. Early medical intervention can mean the difference between a minor issue and a severe, potentially life-threatening infection. Remember, you are not alone in this journey, and seeking expert advice is an act of proactive love and responsibility, ensuring that your loved one receives the specialized care they need to heal and thrive without unnecessary suffering. You see, these aren't complicated medical procedures. They are simple, everyday acts of thoughtful attention. You can start implementing these changes today, right in your own home, making a profound difference in the life of someone you cherish. Imagine the relief of a senior freed from persistent itching, the comfort of skin that is healthy and unbroken, and the renewed energy that comes from a body not constantly fighting off silent infections. These small, consistent efforts are a powerful testament to your care, adding not just comfort, but genuinely extending their years of vibrant well-being. The journey to better health for our seniors doesn't have to be overwhelming or filled with fear. It's a path paved with small, consistent acts of love and awareness. By recognizing the hidden vulnerabilities and adopting these gentle, practical solutions, you are actively building a stronger, healthier foundation for their golden years. You are safeguarding their comfort, preserving their dignity, and most importantly, helping them to live more fully, free from preventable pain and illness. This is our shared hope, to ensure every moment they have is as vibrant and joyful as possible, unburdened by unseen struggles. So let this discussion be a gentle reminder, a call to action born from compassion. The power to significantly impact the health and longevity of our seniors lies in these seemingly simple yet profoundly important daily rituals. Take care of yourself and those you love with unwavering attention to these details. Asterisk, don't ignore the signs, the subtle whispers of discomfort that can escalate into serious health challenges. Asterisk, your future and the future of those you cherish truly depends on the choices you make now, ensuring every year is lived with comfort, vitality, and boundless love.